Guy, I don't know what I don't know how he's gotten so close to Setro to the point like they're making a game together, bro. A game together is crazy. It's a whole wedding. Yeah, it feels like these guys are in a relationship for real. They've been like tight knit close ever since the whole situation came. Like them boys, they might be in love secretly, high key. But anyways, let's see what it's saying.
You guys can read by the title and thumbnail, me and Setro finally decided to come together and make our own type soul copy. So release should be sometime this week.
By the way, is this how I am in the game? A bag is a bag type beat. A bag is a bag.
It will be inside the description down below. So if you guys are interested, you guys can join there. But basically, we're going to be dropping our own copy. It's basically going to be like Type Menma Part 2. Because we plan on updating super often.
This week?
We plan on listening to the community, doing tournaments. And
by the way, I'm going to pause a lot. This is a stream. This ain't a video. I could take as much time as I need. The fuck?
Bunch of stuff. Basically, inside this video, I'll be listing everything that we actually plan on doing. But yeah, me and Setro teaming up, making Type Menma Part 2, and just trying to make Type Soul but better, which quite frankly should not be that hard to do at all, because Type Soul is currently driving itself into the ground right now. But the first things that I want to talk about is going to be stuff that...
By the way, am I bugging? Has anyone ever actually seen Balboa PVP? Not that it matters, right? It doesn't actually matter. But, like, I've never seen a clip of Balboa actually, like, not running around. He's butt? Can someone send me a clip of, like, him actually fighting someone? Because I've never seen him PvP. Every Type Soul video he does, he's running around the map. Literally, every single Type Soul video I've ever watched of Bao, he's running around the map. Like, even in his Type Soul guide videos, he didn't even fight an NPC. He was just running on top of buildings. Like, actually,
have been needing to be released inside of Type Soul.
Hey, what's up, twin?
And for some reason, they like Type Soul doesn't even acknowledge it. So those things are including Fullbringers, Bassel Lord as like an actual viable thing, dungeons, Hellverse, and true Bonai. I'll be talking about all those right now before we get into the like slightly less important shit. But those are the main things that I want to focus on inside this video. So the first thing is Fullbringers, right? If you guys don't know what Fullbringers are, you didn't watch Bleach or whatever. Fullbringers are basically a whole brand new race, and we plan on having them inside our game. Now, I don't know when the exact release date for them will be, but just know we will be releasing Fullbringers into our game because there needs to be a new race inside.
Oh, this is gonna be the Fullbringer joint. No, I said Fullbringers. This is gonna be Sacavelli. Okay.
We've had Quincy's, Arontars.
Quincy's. Okay. Am I hating if I say if Quincy's, Arontars, and what they called Soul Reapers, if all of them have the same true transformation, which is just the words, and then they
game because
they swipe their swords, that's kind of mid. I don't care how it's pronounced. I don't care how it's pronounced. I don't care how it's pronounced.
There needs to be,
because this is the exact same as the true Bonai transformation. The exact same. Like, there's no difference. Isn't that kind of like lazy? Isn't the whole point of them to be like different? Like, the whole point, they're meant to be individual. Like, why is it the exact same transformation for all of them?
Be a new race inside Type Soul. We've had Quincy's, Arontars, and Soul Reapers forever. So we're going to be making Fullbringers, so there actually is a new race.
I'm assuming that's the copy, obviously.
Play as. Right. It will have its own whole progression and things like that. But Fullbringers will be a thing in our game. Now, I don't know if we'll implement it to where you can be a Fullbringer as a Soul Reaper, because obviously that's what Ishido did. I don't know if we'll have that as a thing. We'll probably just have it as its own separate race. But if you guys have any suggestions on Fullbringers, then feel free to leave them inside the comments. Or inside the Discord, we have a suggestion tab. We're going to be like listening. Whatever gets the most upvotes.
1v1 arena.
Be listening to. The next thing is Bassel Lord. We're going to make Bassel Lord an actual viable option, because if you guys don't know, actual Type Soul's Bassel Lord, all that you get is M1s and a Setro. For one of the coolest modes inside the whole verse. Like, in my opinion, Bassel Lord is actually like one of the coolest modes in the whole verse, and they just made it completely ass. So we're gonna be making Bassel Lord.
What's your guys' opinion on that? Is Bassel Lord in Type Soul mid? I mean, Bassel Lord in Type Soul was more significant back before everybody just automatically got everything for free. Bassel used to be good. Now it's kind of mid. Yeah, they do have nothing. Type B. Pointless because Bassel car stronger. Type B. I want to be a Bassel Lord. I remember like it was so crazy. Getting Bassel Lord was crazy. Like
Its own thing. Basically, your option. You can go Vassal car or
they made it redundant. I don't know why they did that to Iran, cause
you can go Vassal Lord. We're basically gonna make them like roughly the same thing. They're gonna be having like their own variants and shit like that. But basically, Vassal Lord and Vassal car will just be, you can pick one or the other, and they will basically do the same exact thing. That is basically how we're gonna have it. Because
so what's different? Bro said they're gonna make it better, but they're gonna be the exact same thing. But you can pick between the two. It's the same thing. Did I hear that wrong? It's the same thing, bro.
Car or you can go Vassal Lord.
Hold on, I must be hearing.
And Vassal Lord is actually like one of the coolest modes in the whole verse, and they just made it completely ass. So we're gonna be making Vassal Lord like its own thing. Basically, your option. You can go Vassal car or you can go Vassal Lord. We're basically gonna make them like roughly the same thing. They're gonna be having like their own variants and shit like that. But basically, Vassal Lord and Vassal car will just be, you can pick one or the other, and they will be.
There's no difference. Yeah, it's a copy, but the way Balboa said it was like, oh yeah, Type Soul's Vasto car is useless. We're gonna make ours not useless. And then he says, oh, but ours is the exact same thing. So wait, why did you say Type Soul's one is useless if yours is the exact same thing? It makes no sense. Should have just skipped over the point.
Basically do the same exact thing. That is basically how we're gonna have it, because Vassal Lord is kind of just a cosmetic. Like, it will literally just be Vassal car, but it will have its own progression and be slightly different. Like, it might have its own variants and things like that. So yeah, you guys can give some suggestions on that as well. If you guys want it to be its own whole.
Hey, this is why I write scripts for videos now, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this is why I write scripts for videos now. Cause I ain't gonna lie, them boys just be yapping. Bro, them boys just be yapping. Like, he actually said the same thing for 2 minutes straight. I write scripts for videos now, bro.
Separate, different thing from Vassal car, have its own variants and things like that. We could make that happen. The next thing is going to be the dungeon system. Because I don't know why there's not dungeons already in Type Soul, but we will be adding that.
So again, GPO dungeons in Type Soul now.
Dungeon system. A lot of games have dungeon systems already. So basically, it's going to have its own exclusive rewards. It's basically going to be how you get good loot. We'll probably make it decently hard, so you actually have to play it with like a whole team. We haven't fully decided on that yet, though. So yeah, dungeons will be a thing, though. I don't know if we're gonna make it like Hellverse, where you have to fight actual like NPCs, or if you fight like other players. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but dungeons will be a thing inside of our game. The next thing.
Okay, we're not done with the video yet. The only thing that's gonna carry Balboa and Setro's new Type Soul copy is the fact that it's Balboa and Setro making a Type Soul copy. This don't sound like nothing too crazy, bro. No, Dream, I ain't gonna lie, Balboa is in his bag. But like, this doesn't sound extraordinary to me. Like this, like Type Soul PVE is still shit. Like, making a Type Soul copy doesn't change the flaws that Type Soul already has. Type Soul's PvE is terrible, and it will always be terrible. Unless the new developers of Type Soul, the current ones of the main Type Soul, or Setro and Balboa go out of their way to change the game or revamp the game to make its combat suit PvE cooked. Like, making Type Soul have a dungeon wave system does not fix Type Soul. It's still going to be boring. And making it have bosses in the dungeon is damn near the same thing as the boss game mode, which is boring as shit and broken and unbalanced and just not fun. I mean, you could do the player versus player dungeon thing, but you would have to make it intricate for it to be interesting. As in, it's not just, hey, we're going to throw you in an arena and fight. But maybe some sort of maze concept, you have two teams competing against each other for a certain objective, and then maybe at the end of that you kind of fight, like on some maze runner stuff or something. Like, I don't know, people need to start thinking outside the box. Play the Dawn video? No, we're reacting to the video so I can give my input on the video. I'm not gonna react to the video, stay silent for 8 minutes, and then say, oh yeah man, good video, Balboa is making a game. No, I'm going to add my input to the fucking video. No, but like, chat, can we use our common sense, please? No. Hey, Christopher, let's be so real. If I'm reacting to a video, obviously I'm going to give my 2 cents. What's the point of me reacting to the video if I don't say anything? What are we talking about, bro? Oh my days. Okay, cool. All right, cool. I'm a shot.
As Helvers and True Bonai. So True Bonai will probably release obviously sooner, because a lot of them we already have done, as a lot of them were already done in the files. But yeah, True Bonai, True Sedundas, Stalavarai, all of that we will try to release as soon as possible.
Is it pronounced Scalagarai or Slakavelli? Or like, how do you pronounce it? I'm not 26, bro. I'm 25. Hey, Salty, appreciate the $4 but Salty, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Do a little 50 joint.
Say they'll probably come out, if they're not out on release, they'll probably come out like 2 weeks after release.
Scalavari. I don't know. Scalavari. That sounds terrible to say, bro. That's not even like it doesn't flow off the tongue properly. Scably. Who gives a shit? I'm calling it Holy Slaves. Literally, just call it Holy Slaves. I'm calling it Holy Slaves, bro. What the heck? I'm not pronouncing that.
Release. And then Helvers, I have no idea when we plan on releasing it. All that I do know is that it will be sometime next month, and 100% it will be out before main type soul drops theirs. So yeah, that is kind of all the like super important stuff, but now I'll get into like update schedule, community events, and things like that we plan on doing. So the first thing is community stuff, right? I personally plan on hosting a lot of tournaments for, I don't know about specs, but definitely for like custom titles. Like if you guys
What's that Axe 2 down? We're gonna ignore that and play the video.
Want a custom name, I'll probably host a tournament like once every 2 days or whatever, and whoever wins gets their own.
It's just embarrassing for Setro. I do want to respond to that. Is it embarrassing for Setro? I do feel like it's kinda okay, if I was Setro, I would be a little bit. Would I be embarrassed? Is it embarrassing? Is this embarrassing, bro? Is it embarrassing? Setro ruins everything he touches? I don't think it's embarrassing. But it's like, it's not questionable. There's a word I'm looking for. It's kind of just like, it's like you break up with your girlfriend and she starts messing around with other people publicly. You feel what I'm saying? It's peculiar. Yeah, like it's because it's like you got fired, right? And then you exposed the game, like he leaked some hell files or he leaked some hell content in terms of what's gonna come to the game. Cool. And then now you're making a copy. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's peculiar, bro. You took it from experience? Nah. But like, type B. I wouldn't say it's sad because he's getting money, right? But it's I'm gonna call it peculiar. It's peculiar. My pronunciation is terrible.
Probably gonna do a lot of tournaments. I'll probably do one every day for different shit.
He tried to be nonchalant about getting removed, but it affected him. You could tell, yeah. It definitely affected him. I will say as well, it's kind of... Because when you, like... Okay. Hopping on a Discord call with Balboa, or should I say any YouTuber, and then kind of leaking what's meant to come to the game, I don't want to say it's giving little kid, right? Don't want to say it's giving high school revenge story, but it's, don't want to say sad. It's different. You know what I mean? Like butthurt. I don't know if I'd say butthurt. It's just like Unnecessary. Immature. That's the exact word. Obviously, I'm not coming for Setro. He's doing his thing. He's getting his money. But...
and then the other thing is going to be community
not
suggestions.
Ethical, not professional. Not professional. Not ethical. Yeah.
Like sheet ties and things like that. Because that is one thing that I wish actual type soul had. Because like there is already a lot of sheet ties and all that in actual type soul. But there's not really like many cool ones because they
Setro was the previous owner of Type Soul.
Kind of just add like boring shit. So Hello Type Menma literally had like go-to black res and things like that.
Pay attention.
We will have suggestions like that. Like if the most voted suggestion
he came up off copies, he's going back to his origins. Type E
is to add Jin Mori Volt Standing. We will add Jin Mori Volt Standing. Like we don't really care. Whatever the community wants is what the community will get, because that is the most important thing to us, is actually listening to our community. So yeah, if you guys want something crazy, obviously we'll make it balanced because we already have a whole balancing team, which I'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, if y'all want something crazy like Jin Mori Volt Standing, we'd be down to make it, is all that I'm saying. Okay, and then the next thing, like I said, titles. Titles will be a thing. We don't know how we're exactly going to do it, but more than likely...
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going to ask Balboa to just set me a title and give it like 20 extra of everything, including M1 damage, bro, on my soul. Because I ain't try harding in no copy, bro.
It just will be tournaments. And then some very like other stuff that we're going to do. We're going to revamp the progression because Type Soul's progression is actually like terrible. So we're going to revamp the progression. We're going to revamp boss raids.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, right? What would you change the progression to? Like, Type Soul's progression is... It is what it is, innit? As long as you make sure we don't have to do Division Quest as a Soul Reaper, I'm cool. But, like, you can't really change Type Soul's progression. Unless you make it into, like, Bandit Beater. You speak to NPC, you defeat 10 hollows, you speak to the NPC again on some GPO stuff. You can't really do nothing. Stat Grinder? Ugh.
And we're going to add more.
Make it into a simulator. You got to M1 the screen, and then you gain 20 of every stat.
Raid game modes. Because raids inside of Type Soul is like what's considered endgame. And all they have is like 2 different modes. And the only good one is Gladiator. So we're going to be making more modes for raids as well. Because that's one thing that...
Oh yeah, the game's opening up in 15 minutes actually.
I'm surprised they haven't done. And then as far as update schedule,
I guarantee it's going to get delayed.
Main Type Soul right now updates 1 time a week. And honestly, I think they actually skipped this week because it's Saturday and we have no news on the update. But yeah, pretty much we will be updating twice as frequently as actual Type Soul, maybe even 3 times. We plan on updating at bare minimum twice a week. Whether if it's a community suggestion thing, whatever it is, we plan on updating twice a week for anything, right?
Isn't twice a week kind of often? You're gonna run out of content, no? They're just gonna start. They're gonna do a Shindo Life. Start putting Captain America in the game and that.
So that means we're gonna have a lot of sheet ties. We're gonna have a lot of reses. We're gonna have a lot of volt standings, a lot of weapons, things like that. Basically, the amount of content inside of a normal Type Soul update, we will make twice a week or 3 times a week, depending on how we're feeling.
Start adding Homelander to the game.
But yeah, that is basically like the most important shit that I had to talk about. If I forgot anything, I'll just include it inside the comments. But pretty much, our update schedule should be twice a week to 3 times a week. For updates, we're going to revamp progression. We're going to revamp boss raids. We're going to revamp raids. Not like revamp, but we will add more raids. We're going to add dungeons. We will have Hell and True Bonais before main Type Soul. We're going to make raids less boring because raids are fucking dog shit inside Type Soul. We're going to have titles. Now, I don't know if they're going to be via tournament or they're just going to be like whoever the highest ranked
are promising a lot.
can become an Espada. However,
you know what happens when too much promises get made with these Roblox games? It don't matter what Roblox games. Even Real C's, y'all should be cautious, bro. Real C's has a lot of promises, you know? No matter what it is, you gotta keep an eyebrow raised.
we decide to do it, I will announce it inside the Discord. The updates, like I said, 2 to 3 times a week. We're going to add Fullbringers, and we're going to make Bassel Lord an actual viable option. And then community events is going to be another thing that is our main focus, especially community suggestions for, like I said.
Don't get it twisted. I'm still glazing Real C's. The fuck? Is this game coming out today? No.
Volt standings and things like that. If you guys want something crazy and it gets a lot of upvotes, like if there is, like I said, Jin Mori Volt standing, if that shit had 1,000 upvotes, we'd work on it, right? Because that is probably the main thing that we are trying to focus on here, is being just a more community driven type soul that is actually good. Now, like I said, we do already have a balancing team, but if you guys do want to become a balancer and you're high ranked in type soul or whatever, I'm down to make y'all balancers, right? Like, I'm trying to get as many balancers as possible to make.
Do you guys think like putting higher ranking people as balance members like should be a thing? Hey, wait, is this Balboa's PVP? I doubt it. I'm pretty sure this is not his clips. No, it's not good. Type B, because it's gonna be just biased. No, all the suggestions are gonna be biased. Type B. Okay, fair. I just thought it was me.
Our game genuinely good, but yeah, release should be this week at some point. We will have a lot of shit, so just be on the lookout.
Hey, should we start betting or something? How much you want to bet this don't come out next week? Nah, I'm joking. Gambling is bad, chat. Stop.
We'll have Fullbringers out at some point. Bassel Lord will be its own thing at some point. We're going to do a lot of shit for this game, and we will be updating super fast. So yeah, if you guys are interested, all of that will be linked in the description down below.
Hey chat, we made a 8-minute video into a 21-minute video.